move now to Mozambique, where an important climate change conference is underway. You know, of course, that COP28 takes place later this month in Dubai. It's the gathering of nations to assess progress towards limiting the warming of our planet, which, of course, is already impacting sea levels and weather patterns. But right now in Maputo, regional climate specialists are meeting. And Mozambique has been specifically chosen because this country is one of the most vulnerable to climate change in our region. And the theme of this gathering is towards local solutions to early warning and disaster risk reduction in the SADC community. And to tell us more, I'm joined by Dr. Wilfred Lunga. He's a Chief Research Specialist at the Human Sciences Research Council. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Such an important gathering. What has come out of today's meeting?
Thank you for having me. Well, I can safely say to you that it was a very interesting first day of our conference, where we got people presenting papers on what is it that is happening in the different countries of the Southern Africa Development Community. We had papers from people from Zambia who were telling us or sharing with us some of the innovations they are using in their communities. We had people from Zimbabwe, we have people from South Africa. We are not doing much in Southern Africa, really, to mitigate against natural hazards. That's on one. And on the other issue also, we are lagging behind in addressing some of the local, say, inequalities. So you will find most of the people, the vulnerable, are found building in areas which are vulnerable. There's lack of enforcement issues. We are still lagging behind in terms of building, following the green ideas, and all that compounded by poverty. It makes it that our people are really affected in a great way.
Do all solutions require money and outside support, or can some current early warning systems be upgraded or perhaps repurposed?
Definitely, you are right, but it's not always that most of the things want money. There are also other softer things which communities can do. Since time immemorial, remember, disasters are not new. They've been there since time immemorial, and people have been dealing with them. So we can also look at some of the local initiatives, local knowledge which people have, and how they've been dealing. Let's take a drought, for example. There are certain varieties which a lot of people have been using in the past. We can still resuscitate those. Yes, we are aware some of them require a lot of labor, but something can be done. Flooding, people are going to build in places where we know floods will always occur. So we can actually mitigate that without using a lot of financial resources. Other countries actually offer incentives for people not to build in that in hazardous environments, but mostly it's developed countries. With us, yes, we can talk of financial resources in such instances. But still, the other point which you raised, that we can also work with others. Cooperation, yes, it can also work as long as it empowers people, so that they don't have that dependent syndrome.
So this meeting, you've got another day tomorrow. Do the sort of ideas and decisions that come out of this meeting, does it flow directly into COP28, which happens in Dubai at the end of the month?
Yes, definitely. That's one of the reason why we had to make sure that we do this conference before the COP meeting. So tomorrow after our meeting, we will sit down and come up with a communique, which we will share with our leaders. We will also share with the SADC Secretariat, so that they can actually take forward some of the suggestions which are going to emerge as we finalize the conference.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us. Such an important subject. That's Dr. Wilfred Lunga. He's a Chief Research Specialist at the Human Sciences Research Council. He's attending a regional conference happening in Maputo to discuss climate change and early warning systems and what can be done to better protect our vulnerable countries. Do stay with